What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and today I have an awesome treat for you where I'm going to go over my numbers on TikTok and what is happening over there. So I also wanted to touch on Twitter and how I was able to more than 4x my followers on Twitter in, 3 weeks or something, but also more than 3x my followers on TikTok. So I wanted to talk about that. And if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam. And for those of you who are returning, it's good to freaking see you. Let's get into it. Okay. So you might be thinking, well, this fucker only has 371 followers. Of course you can fucking 4x that. Just that's a valid point. I agree. I'm not gonna say it's not valid. It's true. However, it's still a crazy growth rate if you think about it from a growth rate standpoint. So even if it tapers down slightly over time, it's 4x in like 2 fucking weeks. That's crazy. So just from a growth standpoint, like a 4x 2 week growth rate annualized is fucking retarded. Like you could do the math on that and it's absolutely retarded. So that's how quickly it's growing. And I don't know how or if it's going to continue, but it's so I have people can go from YouTube to here, and that's where I have the link to Twitter. But I don't think that's a lot where it's coming from. Is I'm actually going into the platform and just interacting, right? I'll be responding to some tweets, like on people. People will say something, and you can just jump in and say, "What's up?" I'm also liking a lot of content that is very near to like what I'm talking about, because then a good percentage of these people are going to check out your profile, and then if it's anywhere related, like if you were big into fitness and you were doing this and somebody checked you, you're like, oh, this person's into fucking fitness, right? So if I'm doing that, it's very, very relevant to what I'm talking about at the moment, which has like crazy numbers here. So I wanted to compare this to YouTube, right? Because I've been doing YouTube for about a year straight, a little over a year straight, which I'm going to do a video on that actually coming up. I'm going to put that down on notes for next video coming up, so press the thumbs up for that. But what I wanted to look at the total number of impressions, 3,500 impressions. So let's go over to YouTube and take a look at the total number of impressions here. So let's go over to reach, and the total number of impressions after 1 year of work on YouTube, putting out content every day, on average probably about 1.7 videos per day for the last 300 and, I don't know, 75 days, 80 days. Like I'm putting out almost 2 videos per day on average, every single day, 7 days a week for almost 400 days straight. And I'm getting, over the last 28 days, 631 impressions. So like, that's a lot of impressions over 30 days. You know what I mean? Nearly like 750,000 people have my stuff has at least gone through their screen, right, as I've been scrolling, or on like a computer or something. That's pretty tremendous, right? But when you go back to Twitter, let's go back over here. They've got 5% roughly of that number, right? So 10% would be 63,000. So half of that, that's just the like how I think about it, would be they've got more than 5% of all of what I've done on YouTube for the past year plus in 2 weeks on Twitter to get my content in front of that many people. Either I'm just not doing a good job on YouTube, perfectly possible, or there's a lot more attention to be had on Twitter for free if you're looking for it, where it's much, much more challenging on YouTube to get views or impressions on your content, or just maybe my content's not good at this point. I don't know, but it's getting quicker results on here than on YouTube, on a platform that I've been working on, and I've had a channel for fucking 6 years. to grow that many impressions so quickly is just astonishing. Over the last 28 days to have 35,000 versus like 6% of what I'm getting from YouTube. And maybe that won't continue, but if you look over here to the number of followers, it's just like crazy. It looks like it's going to continue either at that trajectory or potentially increase in terms of the slope of the line there. But next, I wanted to touch on something else too. Is look at this. Twitter over the last 20 days, almost 300 people have gone from Twitter to YouTube. So by me working on Twitter, YouTube works better. Yep. Not only that I'm learning what works over here, but I'm applying those things over there and vice versa. But there's people over here who are interested in what you're doing over here, and they go over there and fucking watch it. Now, what's really interesting is that they watch more on average, like right here, if you can see this number. This is the average view duration, how much time somebody views per visit. On Twitter is 4 minutes and 11 seconds. And from Facebook, because I also post stuff to Facebook, is 3 minutes and 12 seconds. YouTube has a shitload more people, like almost 3x in terms of the viewers that are coming. However, they do view less on average. So that could be because the sample size is so small, meaning Twitter's only sent 300 people. But that number has been growing, so I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out, you know. But let's go over to and I don't have this up on the computer, but I have the data analytics for TikTok. If you want to check out all my shits in the description, but I wanted to compare what's going on TikTok. So if you don't know what TikTok is, basically it's a like a Vine and Instagram combined kind of thing. But let's go over here. So we're going to take a look at views on YouTube, right? And remember, I just went over, I've been doing this for fucking over a year, and I've had a channel for over 6 years, but I didn't commit till about a year ago. At the end of October of 2018, like right at the very end of the month. So basically just over a year and like a couple weeks. And the total amount of views that I've had over the last 28 days, you can see here, I've highlighted is 70,000, right? 70,000 views over the last 28 days. Now, that's like, it's growing for me. It's awesome. Like, it's fucking tens of thousands of people watching my shit every month. That's amazing. It's fucking super humbling. But what's also interesting on TikTok, which if you look at the data, it just says I have 998 followers, but you see the line here, hopefully you can see it's just up and to the right. And that's the amount of people that are like following me. One day on TikTok, I gained 189 followers. Then there was multiple days where I gained more than 40 followers in a day, like multiple days, not just one day, but multiple days. And it's just been going up and to the right. Like if you looked at the average since I started tracking this data on here, and I didn't realize that I could even check out analytics on TikTok until I had already had the account up. So I went from 302 in terms of followers to 359. Then I realized I could be like, oh, turn it into a pro account, and it doesn't cost anything, but you just turn it so you can watch your analytics. And what ended up, so I had already gained like 60 more followers. And since then, I've over 3x'd it since I've been able to track the data. So if you can see right there, I was at 359 followers, and then I went up. Now as of today, I'm at 998 followers. So the strategy on here, I'm still learning, right? It hasn't been long at all, but is that, well, I'll show you a couple different things about this, which is kind of interesting. On here, I'm just posting a fuckload because I have no idea what works on here, right? Like I have some understanding how like I've had Twitter accounts for a while, but I don't know what's happening over there, so I'm just trying a lot of shit. Same thing on here. I'm posting a shitload of stuff. Sometimes I'm posting more than 10 pieces of content per day. Like a retarded amount of content getting put up there. Because if I'm getting these results, this is the only thing that kind of might potentially offset some of Facebook's like tremendous power if they can continue to innovate. Their app is really not that good, but it's been at the top 5 for a while. So I've had 2 TikTok accounts, but I never actually like committed to it. But since I did, And there was about a week period where I actually got locked out of my account because I posted something, and I think I talked about drugs, and I wasn't able to post it. So they took my video down, and then they blocked the account for like 5 days where I couldn't post anything. So during that time, this includes that time where I couldn't do it. And hasn't even been a month, right? And I've already more than 3x'd my followers on here. But what I wanted to show you is, hopefully you can see this, is 26,000 plus views over the last 28 days. And remember, it hasn't even been 28 days, 26,000. So what did we just have over on YouTube? 70,000. So we're already 1/3 of the way there on TikTok in less than 1 month. 33% of the way to the same amount of views. Yes, the time, the people's attention, because most of the videos on TikTok are probably like 15 seconds. Some could be less, some could be up to a minute, but the minute is the maximum. If I'm getting that many views, right, that's tremendous. That's a shitload. But you might think that it's not as much time, which I agree, it's not. But to have that many views on something that I didn't do anything on, yet apart before, right, I only had 300 followers, I wasn't posting it. And to be going to 26,000 views, that's tremendous. I've been using a lot of different hashtags. I have no idea what works over there, so I'm just trying lots of shit to see what works, right? And what I like talking about. I do similar like what I do on YouTube, where I'll just create content and then I get to see what and how that responds in the marketplace, like what you guys think about it. But one more thing that I just want to show you here before I get into the comments, I'd love to hear your comments down below. If you use hashtag Stolt in your comment somewhere, then I can get to it. At the end of the videos, I actually go over some of the comments that people leave, and we talk about them. So if you want to see your comment up there potentially, then use the hashtag Stolt. But what we have here is the total profile visits on TikTok of 811. Right? So now I'm going to go over to Instagram, and on Instagram, which I have 4,300 followers, and I've been posting multiple times a day as well, and I've been doing stories on Instagram, and the number of people who have visited my profile is 200. It's right here at the top, 295. So I've got more than 4 times as many followers on Instagram, and I've had about a 60% less profile visits, meaning people, whatever I'm posting is just not working here, or it's, for whatever reason, it's over indexing over there. So it's kind of interesting to see, because inevitably as TikTok grows, I'll be able to probably capture that data somewhere in YouTube. The only thing about TikTok is they just need to keep innovating, because I don't think their app is actually very good. And the first comment is actually from Jeffrey Cummings. What's up, Jeffrey? He says, thanks for your analysis. I'm working on an analysis tool for voters, and even though I'm a stretch 7 ways to Sunday, I appreciate your views and would love to collaborate on a tool for the common voter who needs a real understanding of who they should vote for based on their convictions and beliefs. All right, let's get started. I don't know what type of tool Jeffrey's talking about, but I think that is an amazing idea. I would love to chat. Reach out to me, Jeff, on any social. If it's on Facebook, sometimes I don't get notifications, and I don't use Facebook enough to understand how it all works yet. But reach out to me. I've been thinking about putting away so that this power rankings can be dynamic and the data can just be pulled, and I would love to chat about how maybe we could put together something where it pulls the data in automatically and creates we can have a UI or the website design so that people get to see where and how the candidates are doing in like real time, because we'll be able to ebb and flow that data over time. I think that would be something very, very interesting to put together. And there's a couple other factors that I would like to add to the power rankings to make them even more compelling, to give people understanding. If you don't know what the power rankings are, I take 7 different factors and say like YouTube search volume, Google search volume, we rank their website, I rank their Facebook, Twitter, their YouTube channel, and the donations that they get. And I analyze all that, and I come up with a stack ranking of 1 through 11. And I take my subjectivity out of it. Like, I don't have an opinion. I'm just looking at the data to understand which candidates are number 1 and which candidates are not number 1. And it's 1 through 11. I rank them, right? And then I take an average. And the what I'm doing over there is not nobody else is really doing to come together a more comprehensive understanding of what America is thinking. So if you want to check that out, go back to the channel. Let's jump down to another one where this is from Kenny77. What's up, Kenny77? By the way, if you use the hashtag SOLT, it's easier for me to find. I actually did not search for it, but at the end of most of the videos, I will actually search for the hashtag SOLT and just kind of work through them chronologically. But we have the biggest thing you can do to help the campaign right now is sign up for, I don't know, he's trying to pitch his thing, so you can join the rest of the Young Gang in Iowa for a week at the whole state, the Twitter, join the Facebook, and most importantly, sign up. So it's just somebody pitching their thing. So you just got some free attention, Kenny. So kudos to you. Good luck with whatever you're trying to accomplish there, brother. Appreciate it. And if you guys want to come over and say what's up on TikTok or Instagram, links are in the description. Appreciate you.